The high-stakes poker game for Russian oil is over, and Viktor Orbán has won. U.S. President Donald Trump has exempted Hungary from all Russian energy sanctions, leaving Ukrainian President Zelensky furious. At the same time, Trump has put his Budapest meeting with Vladimir Putin back on the table. So let's look at how this unfolded. It began late last week, when President Trump announced the harshest sanctions America had ever leveled against Russia, targeting its two largest oil firms, Lukoil and Rosneft. The sanctions would hit not just the parent companies in Russia, but all their subsidiaries abroad, crippling Russia's main source of income and choking the cash flow to Putin's war machine. For Zelensky, this was a massive win, but for several EU countries, it was a catastrophe. Nations completely dependent on Russian energy were pushed to the brink of bankruptcy. Chief among them was Hungary, a landlocked country receiving 95% of its gas and 86% of its oil from Russian pipelines like Turkstream and Druzhba. With no sea access and no alternatives, the sanctions spelled economic disaster. So, as alarm bells rang in Budapest, Viktor Orbán made his move. He flew directly to Washington to negotiate an exemption with Trump. Zelensky was immediately enraged.
Any exception, any carve-out meant more money flowing directly into Putin's war chest. But his anger was premature. The first reports from the meeting were ambiguous. Quoting the Kyiv Independent, Trump said he was simply looking into Hungary's request, acknowledging their difficult geographic position. They don't have the advantage of being on the sea, Trump told the media. They have no ports. Zelensky seized on this, celebrating what he interpreted as a failure for Orbán in Washington. Given Zelensky's view of Orbán as his second greatest enemy after Putin, he was quick to declare victory. But he celebrated too soon. In the end, Orbán secured a total win. As Hungarian news portals later reported, Budapest received a complete one-year exemption from the U.S. sanctions. We have obtained a full sanction exemption for the Turkstream and Druzhba pipelines, Orbán announced. For Hungary, it was a critical victory for its energy security. For Zelensky, it was a resounding slap in the face. The one-year term is likely a formality. The text author predicts it will simply be renewed. Or perhaps it won't even have to be if Ukraine capitulates by the end of the year, leading to the lifting of sanctions for all of Europe.
This diplomatic victory for Orbán was paired with another major development, the revival of peace talks. Trump has reactivated his planned meeting with Putin, stating that Budapest would be his preferred location for a summit. He had previously canceled the meeting, feeling it wouldn't bring an end to the conflict. Now, he says there is a very good chance it'll happen. However, Trump also cautioned that neither Russia nor Ukraine seems ready for peace just yet. From the Russian perspective, this is understandable. Putin has clear war goals, and if Zelensky won't negotiate, he'll achieve them on the battlefield. The bigger question is why Zelensky refuses to talk. His army is losing soldiers and territory daily. The Eastern Front is on the verge of collapse, yet he continues to push for maximalist demands that Putin will never accept. And now he faces this final humiliation. His arch-rival, Viktor Orbán, has secured a deal that ensures Russia's war chest stays full. So what do you think? Will Zelensky capitulate this year, or how much longer will this war last?